to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles. What a perfect day for football. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Working quickly here. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. And it's Carson Schlesinger who got over there for the stop. And dose of the hurry up here. They go play action. Here's Hurts. His first throw is an interception. Grant Delpit in to pick it off. Now, we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3-and-out, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
No, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, especially the quarterback. And you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. On target here to Njoku. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. A big completion for the rookie out of Colorado. It gets his guys a first.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Working inside the red zone. Throw is caught. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. All right, partner, one drive in, and we can say it. This guy's been perfect. 4 passes, no incompletions, and that touchdown to end it.
And you and I both know that incompletion will come eventually. But it might not arrive for a while, man. That offense was humming on that opening drive, and they can't wait for their second bite.
Schmidt tacks on that extra point. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Eagles 0.
And here is Schmidt to send this away. From his own end zone, here we go. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. Offense to the line fast.
14 yards. And an Eagles
On first down, Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. To the air on third and long. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. They'll indeed go for this. It's Hurts. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Working quickly here. First and 10. Here's Hurts.
Oh, shit.
It is caught left side. And he takes it down to the 33. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Hurts yet again. Right back to Goddard, and he's got it. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And they just get the play off. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-point game. Dallas Goddard, the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 8-7 the score. We'll return to the link right after this. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes first and 10. Sanders back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
and I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing
Catch
defensively.
the damn ball. Come on.
Stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm. The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Offense in the hurry up here. On first down, here's Sanders. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. We've set it down from 37. To the air on first down, Sanders. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Sanders going to throw here on first. Mighty Jenkins on the drop down. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
First down throw, Watson. He's got a man left. And this one doesn't go far. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from the link coming up in just a moment. Working now from the gun. This one's caught. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Third down run from Judkins. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. 4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal.
60 reps. 60 reps.
Here's the backup. First throw. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
They'll go for 2 here. Sanders bringing the Browns to the line.
The Browns will line up for the
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he makes the catch. The 2-point conversion try is good.
Browns 15. Eagles.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
And here is Schmidt to send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
And an Eagles first down.
Hurts on first down. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's another Eagles first down.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter.
That's supposed to be
And he's
knocked
able to
out.
get
Come
this
on,
to the
guys.
32 before going down. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the Browns 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the red zone on first. Throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
A gain of 3 brings up second.
Hurts throwing again. And he will score.
He caught it.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
He caught
Eagles
it.
earn the chance to tie before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that
He got
quick,
that?
it really was determined pre-snap. It was
I'm there.
great
Come on,
design and
man.
Tremendous execution.
Browns 15.
Whatever.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. To return to Rome Ford. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
It's Sanders out of the pistol. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing.
How did he miss?
Surprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Throwing again here, Sanders. Forced out to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Offense up to the line fast. He's back to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
The Browns are lined up to punt. It's a fake from deep on their own half. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Once more into the hands of Judy. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
That one's
He
incomplete.
dropped it.
Had
He
the
dropped it.
connection,
He
but some
dropped
stone
it.
hands got in the way there.
Oh,
Even the
he
joke of the guy he was looking
dropped it. He
for.
dropped it.
So it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Sanders.
Don't drop this.
That one is incomplete.
He dropped that too?
Hang on through the contact. Intended target there was David Njoku. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the set. Working quickly here. Back to throw it. He throws it deep to the left side. And they don't get
And
the
he
catch
dropped
they
it
need
again.
there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to
He
the 12.
catches his and I can't catch
So
mine.
a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I can just get a fumble. No, I'm not going to get a pick. Just give me a fumble.
Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's tackled for a short gain. And dose of the hurry up here. Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He brings it in. And they catch him just in time to prevent the first. But
how do I not get the
very
pick?
close, didn't it? It's 4th and maybe a yard.
A gain of 15 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Looking to throw. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Sanders. Catch made left side by Judy. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Sanders going to look to throw. Riley Judkins on the drop down. And he's brought down after a short gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. A throw right side, caught by Njoku. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Browns 1st down. To the air, Sanders. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Looking to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw caught by his running back. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains. New set of downs for him from the 31. To the air on 1st down. Sanders completed over the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down. Sanders setting the pass. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Browns down by only 1. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Now Sanders. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. 2nd down. Still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. He'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. He's still going at the 30. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. 1st and goal, Judkins. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Browns have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner, netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word. Artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback, right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here he is to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about.
Come on, you got to pick that.
Big tight ends, you are paid to make that catch through contact, but he couldn't do it.
Setting up to pass. Trying to push
So
deep downfield.
that's over there.
Taking the deep shot there on
How do you miss
first
that
down.
pick?
Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Less than 40 seconds to work with. Here comes 2nd and 10. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play.
All right, guys.
From a great throw to a
Gotta
nice
hold
route
your own.
catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts.
Hold your own.
Take it in over the middle. It's Dotson. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play.
You can't let that happen 3 times in a row. Come on, guys.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
Throw is caught. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. So here's their 3rd and final timeout. 7 seconds left in this game.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
And again, here's Hurts. Finds Barkley underneath.
Oh my God.
They score here in the final minutes.
That just happened.
Tie or even win this game right here. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
And this lines up incomplete. They took their shot for the dome, and instead trailed by 1 with almost no time left.
So you're supposed to have that.
So with barely any time left, they need everything to break their way. And this is out of bounds, and with it, their hopes of a win bounce away too. That was probably their last chance. No timeouts remaining here, partners, so they can just run out this clock. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. Not sure why they'd want to keep a rush for no gain, but that's what we just saw, Brock. They've declined the penalty.
You know, Kate, there's times as a parent, right, you want to teach your kids some tough lessons, but I don't think I've ever seen that on a professional football field.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. So the Browns will take this win home with them. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA.